Jeff, do I just start or are people coming into the space as normal?
Yep, people will be coming in.
Okay. Good morning. Good morning, Jude.
Morning.
Good morning. Welcome. So we'll just give it a couple of minutes, just allow everyone who's signed up to come into the session and settle in, and then we'll make a good start. So just get yourselves comfortable and we'll start in a couple of minutes. Good morning, Sue. Good morning, welcome.
Morning.
Morning. Morning. All right. So, welcome to the session, Yoga for Everybody. And thrilled that it's actually being live streamed on Facebook this morning as well. So, extra special session this morning. So, we've got Jeff with us, our online events technical host. So, any issues with Zoom, as usual, just shout to Jeff and he'll do his very best to resolve that. And our session this morning, let me sit back on my mat. As usual, we'll start with our breath, settle into our space, settle into our bodies. And our sequence of poses, our asana sequence, is focusing on lower back strength. So a few back bends, using the muscles in the lower back and lifting the shoulders. As always, with our yoga sessions, do what feels right for you and your body. And if at any stage you feel you want to just back off and rest, that's absolutely perfect. And then just continue as soon as you feel you're wanting to join in with the main flow. Again, so I'll aim to offer as many options as I can as we're going along. And do take those options if you feel you just want to adjust for your own energy levels this morning. So let's begin. And just finding a comfortable place to sit. And we can take our first breaths, just settling in, being able to quiet the mind, allow our focus to become more internal, and breathing. So drawing our breath, aiming to bring the breath all the way down to the bottom of the lungs, filling up the area around our tummy, making the exhalation long and full, and allowing our shoulders to relax down from our ears. And absolutely just taking our time, no rush. Just a chance to really explore the sensation of breathing. And putting to one side our busy schedule that we've got ahead of us today. And we can acknowledge that all the things that we've got to do are really important, but we just don't need to attend to them right now. So as we breathe, we can gently think about our posture, thinking about the area of our lower back as our theme for today's session. So on an inhalation, we can sit up nice and tall, squeezing up from the base of the spine. And then as we exhale, keeping that push up from the lower back, but relaxing the shoulders down. So really stretching up through the spine, sitting up tall. It's always tempting when we draw upwards to allow the shoulders to go up as well. So we're trying to relax the shoulders, but just lift up. Feeling of engaging the core as we do so. So a few more breaths there. Really nice. So we'll continue to breathe, and let's just roll the shoulders. So go any way around that feels good for you. You can go backwards or forwards. Take one higher than the other. Draw the shoulder blades back. Just releasing any tension that we may feel. And then we'll take an inhale and sweep the arms up. So straighten the arms, as much as we can, really push up. So really lengthening right the way through the spine, through the arms to the fingertips, squeeze up. On the next exhalation, we'll gently allow the arms to sweep back down to the mat. So empty the lungs and then inhale, sweep the arms up, reach up again, stretch through, and exhale. Arms coming back down. One more time, inhale, sweep the arms up. And we'll take a side bend here. So leaving my right arm up, the left arm sweeps back down to the mat. Using the left hand for support, I can bend over to the left. Really stretch out through the right arm, all the way across the right hand side of the body. And come up. Left hand comes up to the right. Right hand sweeps down to the mat. And we'll squeeze over to the right hand side. Inhale again. Right hand comes up, joins the left. Exhale, this time arms come down to cactus. Draw the shoulder blades together, open the chest. And hands come round to heart center. So we'll side twist. Right hand goes to the left knee, the left hand comes around to the base of the spine. Taking an inhale and squeezing up. And on the exhale, we draw the shoulders round. Another breath, inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, twist round just a little bit more. We'll gaze over the left shoulder if you're comfortable in your neck. And on the exhalation, come back round to the front and we'll cross over to the other side. So inhale, lengthen up through the core. Exhale, twist round to the right, swap the arms over. And gazing over right shoulder. Exhale, come back round to the front. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms to cactus. So one or two good breaths. And hands come round to heart center. Really good. So let's just stretch out fingers and wrists just before we come onto tabletop and begin some of our more active poses. So we'll clasp the fingers together and then rotate the hands. So fingers in towards the chest, elbows poke out, and then we'll push the palms away. Really stretch out through those fingers and wrists, and then inhale and raise the arms up. And push up again. Push the palms up to the sky. Exhale. Hands come back down. Unravel. Hands to heart. Really nice. So we'll come round onto tabletop. And being comfortable with shoulders above hands and our hips above our knees, and we'll just take a few cat-cow. So really taking advantage of the breath. We inhale, lower the tummy down, raise the gaze, and exhale, squeeze up in a cat. Inhale, tummy down, and back. Exhale, coming back up. And a few more rotations between the two poses, so move in a way that feels right for you. really take advantage of your breath. So full deep inhale, coming down into cow pose, and really let the breath go as we squeeze up into cat. Activate the shoulders, push away from your hands. And we'll come back to a neutral spine. So we'll start to activate the legs, bringing the right leg out and back. So nice straight leg, squeeze out through the heel. Keep the toes flexed, pointing down towards the mat. Shoulders need to remain active also, so push away from your hands and gaze forwards. And we'll inhale, bring the knee to elbow, lower the gaze. Exhale, push back. One more time, inhale, knee to elbow. Exhale, push back. Holding there, engage the core. And then I'm going to bring my right foot, the extended foot, over to the left-hand side. So hopefully you can see that sufficiently on camera. And then lowering the right knee down to the left-hand side of my left knee. So my knees are crossed behind me. And then sinking the pelvis down towards the heels, stretching the hands forwards and lengthen through the spine again. And coming back up. So bring the shoulders forwards, back over the hands. Pick up the right leg and extend it outwards again. And then we'll inhale, knee to elbow. Exhale, push back. And then we'll just drop that right foot down to the mat. So the toes are down at the back of the mat. And then I'm bringing up my right arm and squeezing upwards into a supported side plank. Really reach up through those right fingers. And exhale, bring the right hand down. The right knee comes forwards, back to tabletop. And we'll go on the left-hand side. So left leg out and back. Squeeze out through the heel, toes flexed. Inhale, knee to elbow. Exhale, push back. Inhale, knee to elbow. Exhale, push back. So everything active through the shoulders as we sweep the left foot over to the right. Drop the left knee down behind the right knee. And then lower the pelvis down. Hands forwards and stretch out through the back. So maybe also feeling a little stretch through the tops of the legs, lower back. And we'll come back up. So shoulders above the hands, extend the left leg out behind us one more time. Bring knee to elbow. Exhale, push the foot back, and then drop the left foot down to the mat. Pick up the left hand, squeeze upwards, supported side plank on this side. Really good. Remember to keep breathing. We can gaze up or gaze down or keep the neck neutral, whatever feels right. And lowering that hand down, left hand down. We bring the left knee forwards to neutral, curl the toes under, and we're pushing up into our first downward facing dog. So maybe pedal out the knees as we stretch through the hamstrings for our first down dog. Keep the shoulders active, push away from the hands and raise the hips up nice and high. One more breath here, and then we're going to walk forward. So both feet are going to come to the front, and we'll forward fold. So lengthen down. Just allow yourself to hang. Stretch through the backs of the legs, all the way along the spine. Arms are heavy, head's heavy. And on the next inhalation, hands on shins, we'll flatten the back, gaze forwards for halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep to standing. Reaching up for the sky. Stretch up. Exhale, arms to cactus. And hands to heart. We'll bring the hands down by the sides, palms facing forwards into mountain pose, Uttanasana. We're just going to rock backwards and forwards then, just ground the feet down. Getting used to how it feels to stand again. Relaxing the shoulders from the ears. And continuing with our breathing, drawing the breath all the way down to the bottom of the lungs. Really good. Inhale, raise the arms up. Exhale, arms drop to cactus. And come round to heart center. So we'll stand at the front of the mat. We're going to begin with our standing poses with our right leg and stepping back to warrior one. So big step back, nice bend in the left leg, left knee above the ankle, hips are squarely facing forwards, and inhaling, raise the arms up, really squeeze up again, lengthen through the spine, and then on the exhalation, we'll tip forwards. So use the hips as a pivot, the shoulders come above the knee, we'll gaze forwards, the biceps are by the ears, lengthen the arms. Inhale, come up and back. Gentle back bend. Gaze up if you found your balance. And we'll come forwards to a neutral spine. You're going to straighten the left leg, lengthen up again, and then exhale, come down into pyramid pose. So reach both hands down to the left shin or ankle or toes. Allow the head to drop so the crown of the head's towards the floor. Gaze backwards. And remember to breathe as we stretch down. Really nice. We're going to drop down to the mat. So both hands go down. A little shuffle of the feet so we've got a little bit of space. And we'll side twist here. So left arm comes up, reach up for the sky. Push out through the right heel behind you. Exhale, drop the left hand. Left foot goes back to plank. So always the option to lower the knees in plank. Listen to your body. You'll know how much energy you've got this morning. We'll lower down to the mat through chaturanga. So elbows in and back, gently dropping the chest down. Inhaling, push up into upward facing dog. Exhale, lower the chest. Inhale, sweep the hips back up, downward facing dog. And breathe. Keep pushing the hips high. And we'll walk forwards. So both feet come to the front one more time, forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep to standing. And reach up. Exhale, arms to cactus. And hands to heart center. Hands by our sides, back to Tadasana. Ground into the feet one more time. Exhale, relax the shoulders. And take 2 or 3 good breaths. So we're on left side, left leg for warrior 1. So stepping back with the left side. Inhaling, arms up. Really lengthen up through the spine, and then we'll tip forwards. So shoulders above the knee, gaze forwards and up. Squeeze through the fingers, straighten the arms. And inhale again, come up and back into back bend. Gaze up if you found your balance. Coming back forwards into neutral spine. Straightening the right leg. Inhale, squeeze up. And on the exhale, we'll tip forwards into pyramid on this side. Lengthen down. Crown of the head towards the floor once again, gazing backwards. Maybe walking the fingers down a little, really feeling the stretch all the way along the back of the right leg. And we'll lower down to the mat on this side. So both hands go forwards. Little shuffle with feet so we can side twist here. Right arm up. Push out through the left heel behind you. Exhale. Right hand down. Right foot back to plank. Lower the knees. If that's where your practice is this morning, we'll lower down to the mat through chaturanga. So elbows in and back, gently lowering the chest down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, lower the chest, raise the hips, back to downward facing dog. So breathe, push the hips up high. 1 or 2 good breaths here. And we'll walk forwards again. Both feet forwards, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep to standing. Reaching up. And we'll side bend in our standing pose. So going over to the left-hand side. Really push out through the right hip. Keep the arms straight as possible. Biceps by the ears. Inhale, up to the top. Exhale, over to the right. Push out through the left hip. Maintain squeezing out through the arms. Inhale again, up to the top. Exhale, arms to cactus. And hands to heart center. We'll come back to Tadasana. Ground in through the feet. Relax the shoulders. 2 or 3 good breaths. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms to cactus. And hands to heart center. So we're back on the right hand side. Right leg one more time, stepping back to warrior one. So same as before, big step back. So maybe widening the feet this time, sink down into the pose a little further, but maintaining that alignment with the knee above the ankle at the front. We'll inhale, raise the arms up. As we did before, tip forward from the hips, reach forwards. Inhale, come up and back into back bend. Come forwards to neutral spine. We'll lower the arms to cactus, and then we'll tip back again. Coming back into back bend. So allow the hands and the elbows to drop down, gazing up if you're balanced, and coming back forwards. The hands drop down by the sides, and then we'll bring them behind us and clasp the hands together. So straightening the arms as much as we can. We'll inhale, lift the chest, and exhale, pivot down. So into humble warrior, the shoulders come down really close to the knee, and then we'll squeeze the hands upwards towards the sky, keeping the head heavy. And lower the hands to the mat. So both hands go down. Shuffle the feet again, and we'll side twist here. Left arm up. Lower the left hand down. Step the left foot back to plank. Your choice of plank once again. Either knees up or knees down. We'll lower the chest down to the mat through chaturanga. Nice and slowly. So when we're down on the mat, we'll pause. So that rather than going up into downward facing dog, we're going to take cobra this time. So with cobra, we just use our hands for a little support rather than pushing up. So hands stay nice and stable below the shoulders. Keep the elbows tucked in. And then on an inhale, we peel the shoulders up and back. So we use the hands for support. We have the sensation of sliding the hands without moving them, but gripping the mat, pulling back on the mat with the hands in order for the shoulders to go up a little higher. Exhale, lower down. Take a breath, and then we'll go up again. So inhale, peel the shoulders up, push down into the hands, and exhale, lower back down. Really good. Take a breath, then we'll curl the toes under, pick up the hips, and push up into downward facing dog. Really good. Keep breathing. One more breath and walking forward. Both feet to the front, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat, forward fold. Inhale again, sweeping up. Come to standing, reaching up to the sky. Exhale, arms to cactus. Hands to heart. Lower the hands into Tadasana. Ground down into the feet. Take time to breathe. Relax the shoulders once again. Inhale. Sweep the arms up. Exhale to cactus. Shoulder blades together. And sweep forwards to heart. So we're on the left side, left leg. Stepping back, warrior one. Inhale, arms up, lengthen up through the spine. Exhale, tip forwards. Inhale, come up and back into back bend. Come back forwards into the neutral position as we bring the arms down to cactus. Take a breath and then we'll tip back again into back bend. Hands and elbows dropping back, shoulder blades coming together, gazing up if we're balanced. So we'll come forwards, hands drop down. Clasp the hands behind the back, straighten the arms. Inhale, raise the chest. Exhale, we'll tip forwards into humble warrior. So my right shoulder is coming down close to the right knee. Squeeze the hands up towards the sky. Head's heavy. And lowering the hands down to the mat. Both hands down. We'll side twist here, right arm up. Lower the right hand down. Right foot goes back to plank. Lower the chest down to the mat through chaturanga. Nice and slowly. Inhale. And we'll come into cobra one more time. Peeling the shoulders up and back. Exhale, come down. Take a good breath. And then we peel up again. Inhale into cobra. Exhale, lower down. Curl the toes under. We'll push the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Really good, and walking forwards. So both feet to the front, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale. Come up to standing. Sweep the arms up. Exhale, arms to cactus. And to heart center. Hands by our sides, we're back in Tadasana. Chance to breathe. Relax the shoulders. And ground the feet down. Inhaling, sweep the arms up. Exhale to cactus. Hands to heart. And we're back on right leg. So this time stepping back to warrior two. So as we step back, we're going to open up the hips into the long side of the mat and make our right foot parallel with the short side of the mat, right at the back there. So right leg all the way to the back, really nice big step backwards. Left knee is bent again, knee above the ankle, opening the hips across the long side of the mat, and the arms come up into T position. We'll gaze forwards over the left fingers. So we'll continue our theme of lengthening through the spine. So from our warrior two, we're going to inhale, raise the arms up, and also straighten the left leg. So really squeezing upwards, and then exhale, lower the arms, bend the knee. We're back to warrior two, gaze forwards, and we'll go up again. Inhale, straighten the leg, reach up, exhale, come back down. One more, inhale, straighten the leg, raise the arms, really good. Exhale, come back down. Arms into T. We'll reverse our warrior here. So raise the left arm with the palm facing upwards. The right arm comes down. We'll gaze up at the fingers. Squeeze back. And then rotate back forwards. Arms back into T for warrior two. We'll straighten the left leg one more time. Transition to Trikonasana, triangle pose. So shift the weight forwards and then pivot down. So left hand down to left ankle. My right hand can be up towards the sky, or I can put the hand on the hip. Gives me a chance to focus on this top shoulder and draw it back, flattening the back behind me. And be comfortable in the neck and the head, so either gazing down at the foot or up at the fingers, or wherever is most comfortable for you. So we'll bend the knee. We'll come back to warrior two, arms into T. Bend in the left elbow, forward fold. So the forearm goes onto the knee, keeping the shoulder back as before. Right arm sweeps down in front of the body, then up and over the head. So extended side angle, really nice straight line from fingertips down to heel. And we'll drop down to the mat. Right hand down, left hand follows. Hips face forwards. And we'll side twist here. Left arm up. Left hand down. Left foot back to plank. Lower down to the mat through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog this time. Push up through the arms. Exhale, lower the chest. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. And breathe. But keep everything nice and active in the pose. Keep pushing the hips up high, right the way from the fingertips. And we'll walk forwards. Both feet to the front, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep to standing. Reaching up. Exhale, arms to cactus. Round to heart center. And down to Tadasana. Find your breath. Relax your shoulders. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale to cactus. And hands to heart. So left side. Left leg then. We're stepping back to warrior two, opening up the hips. Arms coming into T position. Gazing forwards over right fingers. So as we did on the other side, we're going to focus on that lengthening up through the spine. So as we inhale, we'll lift the arms, straighten the right leg, and lengthen up. Exhale, come back down into warrior two. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, dropping down. One more time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, drop down. And we'll reverse our warrior. So right palm up, lift the hand, lower the left arm, and squeeze back. Coming back forwards. So we'll take a breath, relax the shoulders, straighten the right leg, shift the weight forwards and pivot down into Trikonasana. Think about your top shoulder, the left shoulder this time, drawing it back, so maybe pushing the hips slightly forwards, and having the left hand on the hip will help with that process. So your choice, absolutely no right or wrong. We'll bend the right knee, come back up into warrior two. Bend the right elbow, forward fold. Right elbow onto the knee, the left hand and the left arm sweeps down in front of the body, then up and over the head. Squeeze out through the fingers, draw the left shoulder up and back. Really squeeze out through the length of the body. And we'll drop down to the mat. Left hand down. Right hand follows. We'll keep the hips forwards. And we'll side twist here. Right arm up. Right hand down. Right foot back to plank. Lower down to the mat. Through chaturanga. Elbows in and back as slowly as we can. Inhale. Upward facing dog. Exhale, lower the chest, raise the hips. Downward facing dog. Our last down dog, so 2 or 3 really good breaths. Hips up high and stepping forwards. Both feet to the front, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale. Sweep to standing. Exhale, arms to cactus. And hands to heart. Really good. So we're going to lay us down. And then begin our cool down before we take our Shavasana. So really simply, we're just going to step back, drop down through a down dog into plank just as a transition, and then lower the knees down into tabletop. So inhaling, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, goes forwards. Exhale, hands down. Step back to plank. Hold in plank for 1 breath, engaging the core. And lowering the knees down to tabletop. So just to cool down, we'll just go into a few rotations of cat-cow. So keeping that theme of flexing through the spine. Inhale, tummy down, raise the gaze. Exhale, squeeze the spine up to the sky. So keep going as we did at the beginning of the session. Find your own way of moving with your breath. Take a chance now to notice how it feels to come into these poses now that we've moved our body and we've stretched the back and we've flexed through the side and through the legs and through the arms and shoulders. So you may notice a difference in your range of movement in cat-cow. Maybe a difference in your breath. But we acknowledge that these are just observations, not judgments. We're not saying that what we're doing now is better or worse than how it was at the beginning of the session. We're just noticing difference, noticing how our body feels, noticing how our yoga practice allows us to have that internal focus and to notice any change within ourselves. And coming back to a neutral spine, really nice. And coming round to seated, we'll bring the soles of the feet together and we'll just take one last forward fold. So inhale, raise the chest. We'll exhale, squeeze forwards, take hold of the feet, draw ourselves down, last stretch through. And coming up and back. So back into seated, and then we're ready to take our Shavasana. So your choice of Shavasana, depending on whether you want to come down into corpse pose um, and really relax, or whether you want to remain in a seated position and stay in a more conscious state of awareness. So your choice. If you're rolling down into corpse pose, we'll just ever so slowly roll down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Shoulder blades coming down last of all. Extend the legs, relax the feet. So palms of the hands facing upwards, which allows the shoulder blades to flatten and return to the breath. So noticing that rise and fall of the chest and the tummy. And soften our gaze or close our eyes. Relax the jaw and the tongue. On our next exhalation, allow the shoulders to become heavier and sink down. Notice the length of the spine, across the back of the pelvis, down the length of the legs to the feet. Fingers are heavy, arms are heavy. And breathe. So allowing the exhalation to be long and full. And take a long, calm, peaceful Shavasana. And returning to the breath, allowing our breathing to come back to its more normal everyday pattern. And bringing small movements back into fingers, into feet, maybe taking a stretch. So take a moment to do whatever feels right for you. And come back to seated whenever you're ready. Our time together this morning has quickly come to an end. I'm coming forwards just a little closer to the camera so I can also see the chat there. Wonderful, thanks Jude. Sue's had to pop off to work. But thanks so much, Jude. Lovely to spend this time with you this morning. So I hope you found the session beneficial, and it'd be great to see you another time. So back next week, Tuesdays for more mat yoga, and Thursday morning this week, chair yoga with some more extended breathwork practice as well. So take really good care of yourself, and I will see you very soon. Thanks so much.